Well, let's bring in Chris Swift of Swift Trading Incorporated, based in Nashville, to help us analyze the start of our trading week here this morning. Chris, I hope you're having a good Monday so far.
I am indeed. Thank you, Marlin.
All right, good to have you on board with us here. Let's look at our corn prices as they stand right now. We started out roughly about a penny higher. Well, wouldn't you know, we're a penny higher. Boy, that's a big shock. September now 3/4 higher at 3.16 3/4, and now December up a half at 3.27 1/2. Just kind of treading water here, if you will, in the corn market to get things rolling. On the soybean trade, let's take a look at our quotes provided by bar chart. Well, nearby August is very quiet, only 1/4 cent higher now at 8.97 3/4. It actually got as high as 9.03 overnight. And now November new crop soybeans are trading 4 1/4 higher. We're at 8.96 3/4. That's about 3 cents off of our overnight high. And this is after we received news of another 260,000 tons of soybeans sold to unknown destinations over the weekend. Let's switch over and take a look at our wheat market here. And in Chicago, September is now down 6 3/4 at 5.24 1/2. We had a brief little bounce right after the open, and now we're back down about 6 cents again. Kansas City down 8 3/4 on September. 4.33 3/4 is the last trade per bushel. That is now on the low of the day. And Minneapolis spring wheat trade has September down 6 1/2 at 5.07 1/2. That's only 2 ticks off of our low of the day. Our October cotton now up 124 points. That active December contract, it's now up 107. Look at that, 63.73 per pound on that new crop cotton contract. And just to take a peek at our canola market this morning, nothing trading just yet. All right, let's go back to the corn and talk with Chris about this. The situation on the corn, it looks like we are out of the woods when it comes to any concern for the weather related to the pollination season this year. Are we just coming down the home stretch now, or what?
It kind of looks like we're in the summer doldrums right now, Marlin, as best as I can see. Granted, we don't know of anything that could impact the corn market right now to too much more negative impact as far as any kind of weather goes or impacting the crop itself. And the bean market has been able to hold up just because of the buying that we've seen from China. The wheat market kind of jockeys back and forth. We know some of the other countries' wheat crops tend to improve one week and decline the next week, and that's why we're getting this back and forth trading instead of actually trending in any of these markets.
Is there any concern from what you hear about South America and getting their new corn and soybean crop established here? Any weather concerns down there at all? Must not be.
It doesn't seem to be anything really coming out on the news anywhere that I know of. I believe that if we were really going to look for anything, the weakening U.S. dollar, that has really become a trending market to the downside. And we believe that at some point in time, since we've not done a lot of export business through the first of the year, maybe we pick up some of that export business as our dollar declines and makes our grains a little bit more applicable to the world markets.
Well, you're right. It has been declining. However, it's really bouncing this morning, up 400 points right now at 93.730, although it is off of its high from a little bit ago. It was up over 600 points there for a little bit. Chris, we'll come back in just a moment, and we'll take a look at our livestock trade. Can't wait to get your thoughts on that one. We're talking with Chris Swift. We'll be right back. That sugar market is exciting too, up 1 point right now on that October contract. We are talking right now with Chris Swift of Swift Trading Incorporated, and he's based in Nashville. Let's take a look at how we're trading in our livestock trade. We'll go to our live cattle board here first, and on the live cattle trade, remember we finished over $1 higher Friday. Right now things kind of slow to get going today. We have the August contract up a dime, and October is now 35 cents higher at 108.22 per hundredweight. So that would put us within a nickel of our high of the morning here so far. The December live cattle are up 40 cents. That's the biggest move here at the present time. We're at 111.95 per hundredweight. On the feeder cattle market today, we have the August 20 cents higher at 144.87. And September up 37 at 146.60. So no great shakes to the upside here, but at least we are seeing some plus signs, I guess, on the cattle market here. Chris, what do you make of this early market action where it's just not showing a lot of follow through after that close Friday?
Well, and really we had a pretty good week last week considering where you started from. Monday was a big decline, then we came back up, and by Tuesday, Wednesday, we were already trading higher. Friday, we were setting new highs in this market, and now today we got a little bit of follow-through, but there's a lot of distortion between the amount of red meat that's being produced right now and the slackness of the food establishments, the number of food establishments that are open, and then watching most of the hog contracts very near contract lows this morning, and the lean hog index down a little bit. So a lot of distortion and discrepancies between the red meat products, but I think it's very difficult to say which way they'll actually go until the consumer starts back into their kind of fall routine with school and coming off of the vacations.
I'm glad you brought that up about the lean hog prices. They are down significantly this morning, and the August is down $1.42, now down to $1.37. We're at $50.62 per hundredweight. The October contract down $1.30 at $48.32. The front 2 months there are down over $1. I wanted to take a look at the beef cutout values and the pork cutout values last Friday as we headed to the weekend. It was mixed. We had the choice beef cuts actually up $1.46 Friday afternoon. We also had the select cuts down $1.61 on Friday afternoon. And then on the pork cutout values, we actually had the pork carcass values down $2.26 Friday afternoon, and they finished at $65.31. So a lot of pressure there on the wholesale trade Friday on the pork side and on the select side on the beef. All right, we'll see what they do on the midday update when we get that in a couple hours. Thank you, Chris, for the time. Appreciate it, sir. Chris Swift of Swift Trading Incorporated in Nashville joining us this morning. John?
Gentlemen, thank you very much.